Welcome everyone, I'm your caster today, Renegade. And it is my very special honor to be here casting the IEM Katowice EU server qualifiers in the bottom right. As the Red Terran from Alpha X, it's Tocon. And in the top left, as the Blue Terran, it's Wooded Microbe. Oh my god. We're off to a rollicking start. 153 players signed up for this round of the tournament, but only a handful will make it out alive with their hopes for a plane ticket to Katowice intact. These guys not giving themselves enough credit, both of them Grandmaster level players. Both players going for the SCV Scout. Some friendly banter going on. Today, at this event, like every StarCraft event, it's a celebration of this game that we all love. So many players coming out to compete, keeping that esports dream alive. There's some Diamond 2s in this first round. There are some Platinum players in this first round, but of course, the Grandmasters will continue onwards, and the pros after them. But maybe, just maybe, someone will hit their stride today and a pro will be born. Tocon, recently duking it out pretty well in the Alpha X Apprentice. Finishing pretty okay in the R&R Elite Invitational last year as well. See a lot of familiar names in the chat. What up, Coco, Guildlin, Chaosborn, good to have you. Comes the Reaper from Tocon. Hellions gonna shut it down quite quickly. Wooded Microbe getting the repair off, so not actually gonna lose any workers from this. And Wooded Microbe is gonna be our next attacker. 4 Hellions and a Reaper in this move out. Tocon going straight for a Viking. Bunker in the front. Siege Tank Marine coming out from behind this. Did Microbe actually choosing to back away, or is he though? Okay, now he's gonna go in. A Liberator coming out behind this for Wooded Microbe. Seven Marines should be enough to keep this at bay. I don't think Wooded Microbe is going to want to move in here. Siege Tank on the high ground for Tocon. One of those Hellions gets blown to pieces. Raven in production for Tocon as he gets a third going. More production going up for Wooded Microbe back home. Ooh, he's going to slide by the bunker, but Marines ready to intercept. Tocon kind of anticipating this, but the reinforcing Marines don't leave the bunker quite in time. That means Tocon's going to take some additional casualties. Reaper coming into the main to try and do a little bit more damage. Will he find it, though? He does get the delay on the third CC. Just going to be about 3 seconds there. Not too huge. Tocon still ahead in workers. Army supply even for both players. Wooded Microbe starting his third CC a little bit later than our red Alpha X player. Tocon with 3 siege tanks positioned at the front. Not going to siege up just yet. A couple scouting marines moving out for Wooded Microbe. Just seeing if and when Tocon chooses to move out. And we're going to have a stalemate for a little while here. Wooded Microbe and Tocon both... I don't think either of them can push into the other. Wooded Microbe is ahead in army supply here. But by the time he hoofs it across the map, you know, Tocon could have reinforced enough to defend it. All right, no, Wooded Microbe is going for the move out. Now he has 3 siege tanks against 3 siege tanks. However, Tocon ostensibly will be sieged up before Wooded Microbe can get here. Oh, this Marine Micro from Wooded takes one of the tanks down to pretty low health. Tocon gonna get the repair off. It's like Wooded wants to take this angle to move in. Siege tank only gonna get like 2 shots off. Nope, not even. Raven drops an auto turret. It's gonna get shredded as well. Wooded gunning down the SCV line. Dozen workers falling for Tocon. He's still not that far behind in the worker supply. However, Wooded Microbe moving out his third behind this attack. Looks like he wants to continue pushing in. Viking's gonna land and try to meet shield for the tanks. Tocon, it looks like finally going to clean this up, picking off the medevacs, picking off the tanks, picking off the marines. Army supply is going to even up. Wooded is going to have a little bit of an economic advantage here. He can do with that what he will. Tocon a little bit ahead in upgrades, but that's soon to change. +2 weapons, +1 armor on the way for our Blue Terran. Both players continuing to pump out Marine tank, but with Wooded Microbe maintaining the air superiority here, getting more liberators. It's moving in with pure Marine, and he cannot engage in here. Looks like he's gonna try for a drop in the main. Maybe. Tocon already ready to intercept. Microbe in on the production. A Dorito missile goes off on the bio. Small hit squad of Marines moves in to the third to try and divert Tocon's attention, and it looked like it might, just a little bit. Some of Tocon's reinforcements gonna get cut off here. This is actually really effective. This is a very low-cost attack here from Wooded Microbe, and he's been able to snipe 24 SCVs. Tocon going for his own drop. He pretty much has to do damage here. Only going to be able to snipe a handful of workers before Microbe's reinforcements get back. Microbe going to drop the flank on these medevacs. Tocon going to regain the upgrade advantage for a little bit, just one armor upgrade ahead here. You can see those Marines able to trade just a little bit more effectively. Microbe focusing his own barracks through a little bit there. Tocon continuing to go for the drop harass, but Microbe wants to go in for the kill. Tocon sees the move out, but his troops are too committed across the map. Will he be able to hold? He's off to a great start, gets the Dorito missile off on the Marines. These medevacs can't quite drop on a planetary, but they can drop on these tanks. Microbe rallying his reinforcements to try and clean this up. But it looks like Tocon's able to pull off the W in this small engagement. Microbe canceling a ton of production, a dozen SCVs picked off. It's an SCV slaughter on both sides, a factory going to go down before that siege tank can pop, way before add-ons going down. Wooded Microbe splitting off 3 medevacs, 2 full of Marines, 1 full of tanks, to try and hit the main, as this other attack group threatens at the 3rd. But Tocon's ready for it. He has Marines split off. These medevacs can, like, never make it through here. Tocon continuing to pressure on the other side of the map. He's going to drop on another tank. A little bit of miss micro means a couple Marines will go down. He is going to be deflected here. That was the full medevac that went down. But Microbe pulled home nonetheless. The worker count evened out once again. The army slightly in favor of Microbe, and Microbe has gained a +3 weapons advantage. Couple early Marines going down for Microbe, but Tocon needs to get a lot of trades like that if he wants to hold here. Does have a very solid siege tank line, but this is a lot of ground to cover. Tocon gonna intercept. Does he have enough here to make a difference? The Dorito cannon goes down, but there's barely any units to take advantage of it. A lot of tanks go down. Tocon retreating to his main defensive line. Wooded Microbe is up a base. Dorito cannon not quite worn off. The Marines come in. They're going to stim in. The tank's not quite sieged. 4 Microbe behind this. Tanks go down. Tocon coming in from multiple angles. Still 1 tank gonna try and retreat here. 3 Marines gonna give chase. And Tocon is going for a counter pressure. There's not a lot of units on the field here to do so, though. Tocon trying to be so careful. Microbe loads up. He's going to go on the offensive. Once again, it looks like it's going to be toward the natural. Oh, no! Microbe going for another big push. Tocon going for a harass. Gonna get a few worker kills. Microbe pushing into the tank line. Tocon has a staggered defense though, so it's a lot of ground for Microbe to try and cover as he pokes in here toward the third. Tocon pushing into the natural. Still a tank here to defend for Microbe. It's going to do terrible things to these Marines. Only 2 SCV kills there. In the meantime, these two armies sitting at a stalemate. Looks like Tocon repositioning. Microbe scans. He sees it. It's going to stim in. Looks like he wants to focus the CCs. That might have been a pretty big mistake. I think he could have gotten the drone line there. Tocon dropping an auto turret on the tanks, and that means the Marines will be able to push forward and clean this up. Microbe's going to have to head home. Tocon going to snipe a CC of his own. Maybe. Okay, it's on fire. Can he get it down low enough so it burns down before it reaches the natural? It looks like the answer is going to be yes. Oh my god, you just can't get in that corner, can you? Camera! Thanks, David Kim. Tocon moving out the 4th CC. 2 SCVs gonna be heroes, going to take down a siege tank as Tocon goes for the main attack up here toward the planetary. Siege tank should be able to deal with this, but Microbe pushing in toward the 4th. It's already at half health. He changes his mind. He's going to go in towards the 3rd. Tocon trying to save the 3rd base. SCV is going to repair it as it floats toward the main, but Microbe is going to drop in the main. In the meantime, Tocon sieging up this 4th of the blue player. Will get the snipe. However, Tocon's production is under threat, and that's the bigger target. These Marines still doing work in the natural of Microbe. However, I think Microbe has the advantage here. 102 army supply to 54. Tocon's worker count is dwindling. Microbe doing terrible damage here. Tocon trying for the base race, but he's eating tank shots on these Marines. One of the medevacs out of energy. 2 tanks on the high ground, going to hold down now for Wooded Microbe. He still has a mining planetary. He's pulling SCVs. It looks like he wants to build another CC over here, maybe? Tocon floating his own CC. 26 workers left for red, 38 for blue. This is Microbe's game to lose. Turret's gonna pick off the Liberator. That means the tank line will stay strong. And Microbe is returning home to defend. He's not finishing off the buildings of Tocon. Tocon still has 2 CCs mining. He still has a couple production buildings up. Microbe changes his mind once again and is going to go for those CCs. One of them does fall. He's found the other. It is going to be a planetary. Microbe should have enough to engage this. Tocon's trying to pull back to defend, but is he going to make it in time? I don't think the answer is yes. He's going to have to go through a tank line to get there as well. Microbe picks off the final CC of Tocon. GG is called, and Wooded Microbe takes game number 1. In the bottom left, it's the Fierce Red Terran, Tocon. And in the top right, as the blue Terran, also from Alpha X. It's Wooded Microbe. Those Brood War SCVs are actually so tiny. Two of them are going to move out onto the field, and it's going to be a proxy 2 racks out of our blue player. This is a really weird spot. The gas is going down at home, so this is going to be 2 racks Reaper. There's the second racks. An SCV scout from Tocon will figure out what's going on, but will it be too late? It's gonna see there's no barracks in the wall. And at players of this high a caliber, Tocon's gonna know exactly what he's up against. 2 bunkers immediately dropped. Second gas on the way. Tocon pulling extra SCVs to make sure this bunker finishes, and to Micro to keep his Reaper safe. Factory dropped as well. Just gonna move the barracks in to close the wall. Not gonna risk trying to get an add-on. Bunker is up. Wooded is trying to make this happen, and I don't know that it is. Tocon loses a unit, but might be all the damage we see. What the? Okay, alright. Tocon being a little bit over aggressive with these Marines. The supply depot is going to go down, but a Hellion's out. 5 Reapers can micro against this, 4 still can, but Microb going for a natural CC behind this. Tocon hit with a supply block. Starts up a supply depot. Both these players microing their hearts out. Tocon does not want to be eliminated here. Microbe doing everything he can. Make sure the Red Terran doesn't have a shot at Game 3. He's going to light the bunker on fire and immediately move into the SCV line. 5 workers, 6, 7 have gone down for Tocon.
Game paused.
Tocon is calling lags. Bum bum ba da 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 dum bum ba da ba 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 da ba da bum bum ba da. No response from Microbe. This is a very interesting situation. Now, these guys would not pull any shenanigans against each other. They're both Alpha X. They both have respect for one another. But... okay, alright. Oh my god, that's absolutely critical. The Hellion shots picking off two of the Reapers. Tocon is not in a great position. He's not even in a good position. But, I mean, can you say that without the pause, Microbe would have made that mistake? I don't know. We can't ever say, right? When you're in an engagement situation like that, it's really dicey, and we have to take it on good faith here that Tocon did that pause because he was genuinely having lag. You know, equally as horrible is to lose the game because you're experiencing latency when it could mean a ticket to Katowice. That explosion is going to be the last of the 2 Rax Reaper. However, 1 barracks makes it out alive. Microbe able to expand behind this. Our blue Terran is up 5 workers. He should continue to increase that lead. I think Tocon has to go for a YOLO push here. Microbe getting out Vikings. Already with a 3rd orbital in play. Tocon has a very uphill battle. He's 16 workers behind, and that lead is only going to increase for Microbe. Were those Hellion blasts earlier in the game enough? Or did Wooded Microbe gain himself enough of a lead to end Tocon's hopes? Microbe moving in with the Vikings. No missile turrets to defend here. No Marines, no anything. Microbe gonna snipe 3 SCVs and move out. Ooh. It's not gonna be able to get the Raven here. Auto turrets will zone him out for now, but every little bit of damage counts. Oh my god. Okay, he doesn't go for the tech lab. He's actually gonna go for 3 more SCVs. Oh, and he nabs a Viking. Remember, Microbe can afford to replace these units. Tocon cannot. +1 is about to hit for a Red Terran. If you're a Tocon fan, now's the time to lend him energy in the chat. If you're a Wooded Microbe fan, 'tis a good game for you. Oh my god. A Marine was summarily executed by these Hellions. Now, it looks like Tocon is just going to press his +1 weapon advantage. Wooded Microbe does not have upgrades, but, I mean, this is a very long shot here from Tocon. He is down 48 army supply to 70. Microbe has a siege tank defense line, but they unsiege. He is aware of where Tocon's positioning. Tocon does grab the Zelnaga. Microbe building a 4th on location. All Microbe has to do is sit back and defend. He is gonna supply block himself here pretty hard. No supply depots in production. It's gonna clear up some supply for Tocon. 10 SCVs go down. This 3rd will never see the light of day. Oh god, Tocon, get the cancel, get the cancel, get the cancel. He didn't get the cancel. Tocon needs to go. He needs to go. He needs to make it a coin flip. He needs to micro like he's never microed before if he wants to continue on to game 3. He starts off by canceling a CC. He cannot engage into this tank line. He does have another CC building at this location, but Microbe at 180 supply. Microbe not even showing his full might. Severely wounding these Marines. Dorito cannon not gonna do much. Tocon trying to hold here, but there's a lot more where these Hellions came from. Microbe smashing into the worker line. The Hellions do finally get cleaned up, but at what cost? Look at the supply. 177 to 77. Wooded Microbe looking like he is all but secured victory here. Tocon is a brave warrior, though. And he's going to fight to the last man. Microbe expanding to the bottom right, moving a Liberator in to pick off even more workers. Tocon's gonna pull his entire army home to defend this. Microbe sending in more Hellions. Microbe cleaning up some of the last vestiges of Tocon's army. Tocon is going to make one final stand at the CCs. GG is called, and Wooded Microbe takes the series 2-0.